Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door, or Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of Direwolf20's 1.18 mod pack. And today, this is episode 24, where we will be getting into something. So, there was a comment on one of my, one of the videos, basically saying, get a mob imprisonment tool with a witch in it, and just fill the soul shard that way. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a thing called a mob duplicator, which is this crafting recipe here. A mob duplicator takes a mob imprisonment tool, takes an essence, and can produce more of the mob that's in this tool. Okay? And that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to see if this will actually work. I'm not 100% sure. This is kind of, some commenter suggested it, so we're going to see if it'll work. We will need an area for this. I think I might just, make a temporary area over there. It's not going to be, full-fledged like the other stuff, but we will need essence, okay? And the way we get essence is actually from the mob crushers, which we have tons and tons of essence over in the void dimension, but I will actually grab an ender tank before I head over there. So let's grab some blaze yards. I don't know why I was about to say blaze yards there, but blaze yards. So ender pearl, and then obsidian. Let's see here. Obsidian. Right there. And then let's grab a bucket. I guess I did not grab an ender pearl. There we go. And then some kind of wool. I'm pretty sure I have quite a bit of wool in here somewhere. There we go. Light gray wool. And we'll need 2 of these, actually, by the way. I completely didn't even think about that. So let's grab another ender pearl. Grab enough stuff for another bucket. And make this bad boy here. So, 2 buckets, please. 2 ender tanks. Okay. So, ender tanks work in the kind of same vein as an ender chest, except for they don't have an inventory that you can visually see. Of course, you can see it through the one probe and the actual hover over tooltip, I believe, whenever you fill it. But also you can right click. I may be wrong about the whole seeing it in your inventory. But let's grab some of these. We're just going to convert this to blaze powder real quick. Grab a stack of these. And then do the exact same thing we did earlier. Upgrade this to the max, which is... Oh, carry-on's working here. Quite a bit, 256. So that way we will be able to hold more fluid in here. Also, you'll notice that there is a pump, 250 millibucket pump. This can actually be turned on using a redstone signal to transfer from one place to another. We're not going to worry about that. You can also upgrade that as well. So we're just not going to worry about it, okay? But we're going to throw this up here. Let's see. How do we want to transfer this? I kind of want to put it here. Right? So that way we're transferring overflow, so we have, backup if we need some in the future kind of thing. So, that should be the essence we need. Now, let's get the other part. Where did the other ender tank go? What did I just do? I think right as it dropped, the wither blew up, which caused it to blow up, maybe? That might have been the issue. Let me make another one of those, and I'll be right back. Man, this carry-on thing is annoying. Alrighty, so let's really quick grab the mob duplicator. That was actually sitting in here that I did not actually craft. But mob duplicator. Okay. And let's grab our building gadget, which actually is almost out of power. So let's go charge this real quick. I do need to get into Flux networks, by the way. Hence why I'm kind of trying to push towards getting the witches up and running because infinite redstone, infinite glowstone type of stuff. We need redstone for Flux networks. So how does this work? So basically, we can set this down, and you can see that the working area, which has kind of been bugged out, I think. Like, unless I'm just not doing something correct here. But basically, I believe this spawns like 2 blocks above it. Maybe a block above it. So basically, you could put this in the floor and have stuff spawn. I mean, we could actually just run a test trial here real quick. Let's just do that. Do that. Essence. I don't even know what direction that is. We can pull. 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 Okay, it's not allowing me to pull it. There we go. Just face it that way. Power. Activate. And you can see that we are able to spawn a witch with this system. Of course, this isn't the fastest. Because we don't have any speed upgrades, efficiency upgrades, anything like that. But honestly, I think this is fine. I'm going to kill some of these guys, get some shards. Alright, so after a little while here, we have filled the soul gem. I did make this little enclosure that basically allowed for me to funnel the witches into here, and then I got an infested one, and now everything's kind of broken. But basically, we're going to make another soul shard farm. This will give us gunpowder, glowstone, redstone, spider eye, sugar, glass bottles, and potions of healing. So we're going to make another one of these rooms. And we're going to make this for witches because we can get all of these different materials from witches, which would allow for us to basically have automated redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, sugar, all of that stuff. Which is awesome. 100% what we want, 100% what we need, because I always run out of redstone, and I'm also kind of looking at maybe possibly getting an iron golem soul shard. That might take an absolute ton of time, because I'll have to spawn them and then proceed to kill them, and they all have 100 health. So not 100% sure about that one just yet, but if it was to happen, that would be pretty interesting. But I might just make an essence farm full of of iron golems rather than doing it the more complicated way. So let me clear out this mountain so we can get another building placed over here, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I'm currently in the middle of making this mob farm. Still, I'm getting all the stuff to prepare it for the finalization. But I came across this. The potion mycelial generator. For the potions of healing, right? I was thinking, I'm going to avoid them because it's potions. They stack very poorly. But now that I know I can actually throw these into a generator, get some power out of them, I might as well take all of them that I get, and there is somewhere in here, there should be instant health 2s. I don't know if they drop instant health 2s, but anyway, potions of healing. I'm going to actually keep these, throw them into this generator, and get some power out of them. I might make like 2 or 3 of the generators. I don't think they'll really produce that much power, to be honest. 810 FE, 10 FE a tick, 4.05 seconds. So yeah, this is like burning it super quickly. But any power is really good. Honestly, I don't think it'd be the worst idea. So we're gonna have to look into that. But yeah, I just wanted to notify you guys what actually is in this generator here. So use. How did we make one of these generators? Oh, that's not terrible. I mean, I have the stuff to make it. So let me look into that after I get this whole thing still set up, because I'm still working on it. I just came down with the item cards and laser nodes and stuff that I still have to actually grab the absorption hoppers and all that jazz. So just wanted to come in here and tell you we're going to be doing power another way as well. Well, it seems there must have been a stick up. That's such a terrible joke. I guess witches drop sticks. I honestly did not know that. I will have to adjust. the drawers that I just put in to add sticks. I probably will avoid the sticks pretty quickly, because I don't think there's much I can do with sticks. But I've been just getting the storage stuff set up because we don't have a whole lot of stuff for this. But yeah, sticks. Sticks. I might make an iron downgrade. I'll just do a void upgrade in a drawer. It's not that bad. I think we could use sticks every once in a while. Let's see here. So, stick drawer. I really do need to make the drawers like all one kind sooner or later. Probably later rather than sooner, because I am too lazy to change these out. Anyway, so let's see. And then we'll just need a void upgrade, which is another drawer. So we can just do 2. And then throw some obsidian around that. And then we'll need to connect this. But my game started lagging, of course, which means that I missed an item. And it turned out to be sticks. So that's that. That's solved. We are already getting quite a bit of stuff. So we have 3.3 thousand redstone. I am kind of curious how quickly that can go up. Also, the potions are probably going to be an issue. I think I could make a stack upgrade to make this drawer just a bit better. But I think for right now, we need to get the potion generator going. So I'm going to keep these actually in here for right now. I'm going to get the potion generator going. And, well, I'm just going to craft it off camera real quick, which isn't that complicated. I think we have everything we need. We just basically need to get some sort of... Actually, I guess this is a good segment here to sidetrack ourselves real quick. Flux Networks. So, Flux Networks is one of the more interesting wireless power mods because it's not like a Tesseract. You can only send power through these, but there is some cool things you can do with this. Flex plugs, flux points. You don't have one universal thing for getting power, sending it, and receiving it. You don't have a button for it. You have to either use a flux plug, which receives, or a flux point, which provides. You also have flux controllers, which enables wireless charging on your flux network, and then actual flux storage, which your network can pull from. Okay, so for example, this 128, I can pull directly from this 8 million or FE or RF, whatever you want to call it, or this 128, just absurd 128 million FE. I can pull from this anytime, right? So if there's for some reason a power outage, it would start pulling from this and not being filled, of course. And I mean, these aren't that expensive. They do require flux blocks, which require flux dust, which require flux cores as well, which is also flux dust. So how do you get this? Well, there's 2 ways. You could either make a flux block, which, is understandable, but you'd have to, of course, make it default with obsidian, bedrock, redstone, and it's not too complicated because all you need is 1 piece of obsidian and a couple stacks of redstone. We're actually going to demagnetize for a second here so we can actually go do this, but I'm going to go do it in the mining dimension because I'm going to just go drop to bedrock pretty quickly. But we're just going to grab, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, okay. My inventory's full. Hold on. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we have obsidian, which I believe I put in here. And then I'm going to go to the mining portal, not the void dimension, mining portal. And then I have a giant hole this direction, which I can just fling myself into to immediately get to bedrock and make sure our magnet is off. All right, so let's just mine this little hole right here. Okay, we'll just toss all the redstone we have into this little corner, throw the obsidian, punch it, and there we go. So let me get the flux. I want to get a basic flux storage. Probably get 6 of these so we can get a 8 million, right? I'm going to get that real quick. I'm going to craft that. This might take a little bit. It's just crafting. If there's anything, you know, interesting, 100%, I'll come back. Alrighty, so we're going to hop, skip, jump into the void dimension here real quick. We're going to let this wither blow up before we start doing too much here. I also do need to get a muffle, or a wither muffle, by the way. If you don't know what that is, basically it is added by mob crushing, or mob grinding utils, I said crushing. Basically stops that, right? Death sounds and hides this boss bar so we would never get to see it anymore. Definitely think I would need that. Especially because if I have it and there's a wither boss, that means that one escaped. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a flux. We'll do flux storage maybe. Oh yeah, well I'm on the actual bottom of the world, so we can do that. This is going to hurt. I'm going to actually pause this real quick here. So what we can do is then make a new network, and we'll just call it Shut Doors Network. We'll just call it Power, actually. Make it simple. Also, I keep taking withering damage, by the way, because I'm standing next to the wither generator. Don't worry about that. And we'll throw it green. Okay. So we're going to do priority 100, power surge, bypass limit, and, you know, make sure that this is actually transferring a lot of power. And then we will also... Oh, it's not connecting. Okay. So I think what I need to do is flux plug this. Network select. Is that right? No. Yes. Receives. No. Provides. I don't even know. Hold on. Because there's no power draw, right? So if I set this down... Okay, there we go. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. You can see that this is now full. 8 million FE, all pushed into this one thing. So you can set these down basically anywhere, and it would provide a buffer, okay? I really wish I could get next to this. But yeah, so if we actually see here, this has got 8 million FE in it, and this is done transferring. So we basically emptied out the power here, and we're now filling this back up. So we've got 102 million buffer and another 8 million, but this is more, hey, we have instant power if we need it in the network. Well, this is, hey, this still needs to be transferred, okay? Keep that in mind. One's instant, the other one's not, because it'll have to be transferred. Which, I mean, it was basically instant, but the point is you know, we want to make sure that you, I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. And let's actually quickly, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. This might be a bad idea, but I want to transfer this to the actual network as well. But we have to be quick, okay? Get rid of it. Set this down. Power network. Bypass. We want this to be like, you know, instant transfer, you know, 100. I don't even know what priority, if it's lower, if it's better, but we want this to be the highest priority. I mean, the reason I want to put that here, and we're also going to put one up here, is so that we know for 100% certainty that we are going to be doing that. Because I'm going to try to pull the Tesseracts out. I think these will actually provide a little bit better, especially because, you know, we can actually do in storage, you know, power saving, right? That's kind of the biggest thing with these over Tesseracts right now. So, especially because Tesseracts are expensive as can be with the diamonds and all that. But, yeah, we should be cruising. I do want to get a few more Nether Star generators, by the way, because this only produces 4,000 per tick. And that digital miner uses probably maybe 2 times more than that. And I also still haven't got the generator here, but let's get that real quick. I think we can do that on camera real fast. Okay, so there's all of that. I don't need... I think I'll do 1 for now. You know what? Let's do 2. What'll be the harm making sure that we actually can produce or use enough of the potions? Because I don't know how quick these potions are going to come in. So I want to make sure that we are... that's the wrong stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to make sure that we don't have too much. All right. And then we'll also quickly grab another Flux. Gotta say this wrong. We want to provide to the network. I always mess these up, by the way. That's kind of why I'm really trying not to mess it all up. And then we also need some sort of transfer system. I think an item pipe should be decent. Should be, keyword, right? Let's just grab a few things here. And let's get some pipes. Oop, I didn't grab normal redstone. I actually grabbed a redstone block. I grabbed little redstone. I saw that. Alright, so let's go for a basic pipe upgrade. And then do a improved. And then we'll go down here and we'll toss all these in there. Alright, so how do we want to deal with this? So I don't have much room here, which means fine. So we'll do item. And then we want to grab our pipe. Wrench, crescent hammer works. And how do we want to do this? Let's actually, yeah, let's do that real quick. I think we can do... Because I was hoping... That'll work. Put one here in the ground. So one in the ground here. And then... I have my personal shrinking device thing here. I have to stop flying. Okay. So that way we can get under here. I've had this device for a while, guys. I just don't use it half the time because I kind of forget. But yeah, I have it. Just don't use it. Okay. And then we can grab the other pipe. We can then grab the flux point. We can then grab power. And we can make sure that this is actually sending all of its power out. It looks like we do need to figure out pulling that stuff. Huh. Well, I'm thinking an entangled block. I think that might work. Well, we need 2 of them. Alrighty, so what I've done is I've set down 2 entangled blocks. Yes, I could just item pipe these out, but I don't want to remove this main strip of tinted glass. I do want to kind of keep this somewhat symmetrical. So we're going to do 2 entangled blocks. I've binded them to these 2 machines, so basically right across. I've put an advanced pipe upgrade in each one of these, and then we're just going to send the glass bottles into here, into the main chest, so we can get rid of them. And that should allow for us to start clearing out these potions. I'm going to let the backlog kind of clear before we actually start sending this, because you can see that we still have plenty of potions. It will take time for these to actually send anything, right? I might want to actually look into getting, what do you call it? Look into getting some sort of power bank in the middle here, so we can actually store power just like we did in the void dimension with the wither stuff, just so we always have that buffer. Buffers are always a good idea. Don't diss the buffers, right? But yeah, so we have tons of potions. I hope this will clear out soon. We could always get an upgrade to stack these if I really wanted to. But I think for right now, I don't really think we need to worry about that. We also, something I didn't think about, need to upgrade the filters inside of these cards. And I'm going to take all of them out real quick. We can do that, and I mean all of them, besides the one facing the barrel. Basically all the same filter, so all we need to do is take a stick, throw it in there, and we should be good. So stick in here, pop these bad boys back in there if I can. So, oop, not that. There we go. Throw one in there, throw one in there, throw one in there. And then take this one, throw this one in here. So there, and there. So that should clear that up. This is being cleared pretty quickly. And of course, the potion generators, or any generator from Industrial Foregoing, is pretty smart, especially these more advanced tiers are pretty smart to actually not use the items whenever the power is full. So we will have to figure out something. This thing, Redstone Flux Cell. This can actually be enchanted to have holding 4 on it, which would allow for you to have more storage inside of this. I don't know how much it actually does um, per thing, but 1,000,000 by default with an R transfer of 1.00. So it's not too good, but it'd be something to look into. I might look into that real quick, just so we don't have an overflow of potions in here, because we do need to figure that out. And you can see that this will take quite a while to fill, but if I do leave this on for a while, it will fill up potentially. So I'm going to look into that real quick. There's holding 4, and I believe holding is the highest tier of that. So if we look at holding, this is, I don't even know what mod this is from, honestly. It's from COFH Core, so it's the actual core mod for thermal, which, yeah, 4 is the highest that you can get. So let me look into getting one of these cells, see how high it is, kind of just experiment real quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this isn't really the greatest, and I'm pretty sure I could have looked actually in here whenever this has the holding enchant on it, by the way. You can see that there is holding 3, holding 4, so it's only 3 million RF, which, I mean, isn't the highest, right? But these are actually quite cheaper than mechanisms, and I mean, for right now, I think this will be a good hold off. And this is like max transfer until we get augments, which I don't even know what augments we can actually put in this. So augment, not cogment, augment. We do have higher flux RF coils, higher RF capacity. I think we could put these things in there. Let me actually go steal the one from the pulverizer real quick here. Can we throw these in here? Okay, so we can. So this is now 6 million RF, which still isn't that high. Um, So we could actually get higher RF by using the stabilized, the expanded, or the high flux RF coil. Which honestly, capacity is really what I'm looking for. I'm not caring about transfer. So I would say something like this, which isn't that expensive. So let's grab a couple of these, right? And I'm not really saying I'm going to use these 100%, right? This is kind of just looking at the other mods available, especially because I haven't really touched the flux cell from thermal in a long time. So and they're basically all the same kind of crafting style using gold and silver. I actually probably could only grab 2 of these, right? Because I need the augment. So if we throw this down, we throw these in here. I can only put 2. Or I can only put 1. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Perfect. So we pick this back up. What do we got? Hold shift, 36 million. So that's a definite increase of that. Could I do an expanded RF coil? Can I throw 2 different ones in here? No. So it's one or the other. Okay. Good to know. Really is. Perfect. And then of course we can increase this. Holding shift increases it by a lot more. As you can see that it toggles. I mean, that's pretty darn cheap for 36 million RF. Because if we look at mechanisms cubes, let's just do @mech cube. If I can type. 36 million RF. Let's see. So that's 1. That's 6. That's 25. So yeah, you're basically at this tier, which requires a lot of diamonds and a lot of other materials. And you basically did that with gold. I mean, gold's the most expensive material really there. Unless you don't have access to the holding book. Which, I mean, really wouldn't be that much of a difference. I mean, you'd probably be at 20 RF, maybe. maybe a little bit less. So I really think it's a good trade-off. This redstone flux coil isn't that terrible. And especially because you can get the other augments. And I could probably do that real quick if I wanted to. So signalum. Signalum is made with what stuff? Alloying, redstone, silver, and copper. Redstone, silver, and copper. Redstone, copper, silver. Nope, that's iron. Silver. And we have blazing blood. So let's go toss this stuff in here. Let's make some signalum real quick. This, and that. This might be a very wonky solution because I'm not counting. But that is fine. Alrighty, so I was actually incorrect. Redstone will not go in here because of the need for a magma crucible. So if I was able to make a magma crucible, which I don't think is that hard. Magma crucible. This thing. Invar, machine frame. Let me grab one of these real quick. And the reason I need this is because you actually can only make destabilized redstone through this. Actually, hold on. Signalum. It might just be easier to go for the induction smelter. Let's go for that real quick. Induction smelter. Add induction. Nope, not add induction. Add thermal. And then induction. Let me grab that, which is this whole recipe. Invar, sand, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I now have the induction smelter. Now all I need is the materials, because I didn't actually grab any more. So let's grab some redstone, some silver, and some copper. The recipe we can actually look at here. So redstone, we can just do these redstone. So we can look at what this makes. Hold on. I'm doing this the wrong way. Induction. We can actually just look at the induction smelter. Okay. There's a whole lot of recipes you can do with this. Steel is one of them. Yes, you can just immediately make steel. Mechanisms, whole process, forget about it. Electrum. Gold, silver, done. This is one of the cooler machines in thermal because it just allows for things so much simpler. Especially because there's, this. Like, here's Tinker's Construct stuff. Awesome. Right? Just making things super simple. But 3, 4, and 1. So this is why I probably should have made this earlier because it'd make things simple. So we'll do that. And then I think 16 of that should be fine. And we'll just toss this over. Who cares? If this isn't correct, it's not correct. But this is one of the slowest machines in the thermal series. One of them. Not just the slowest, but one of them. So we can speed that up a little bit with our time in a bottle. And we're losing power, but it should be fine. Okay. Now we're getting some signalum. So what I'm going to do is quickly make this hardened, reinforced thing using a hardened augment. So we're going to take this out. Okay. And let's make some signalum gears. Didn't hold shift there. We need some quartz. Okay, and then the electrum I actually put away. There we go. All right, let's see how much this changes, right? So we were at, what, like 60 something? So we're currently 18,000 RF without anything, right? Just this augment and the holding enchant. So let's throw this on here, right? We're at 54 RF, okay? And this isn't the last tier, right? We still haven't really used any diamonds or anything, and unlike Mechanism. But, we could go to the next tier, which does get more expensive, of course, which is Lumium, which Lumium, of course, you can make this in an induction smelter. which is glowstone, tin, silver. Just basic ores you'd find around the world, right? You could also use Indirium, which Indirium is where you're going to start using the diamonds. So you haven't hit diamonds until this point, right? There's the biggest there's the biggest thing. The last tier, hopefully, we'll see, because I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it next episode. I'm going to get all the crafting stuff done, and then we'll see how the Indirium tier of this, plus the stabilized RF coil, will do for us, so we can actually throw it onto the witch farm. Okay? So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Direwolf20 1.18 mod pack. I am really enjoying this pack. I'm really enjoying looking into things. And I know sometimes I go off on a tangent kind of thing, where this is kind of like that with the cell. I'm looking at other mods, right? Thermal offers so many different things. They even have a fluid cell, right? So there's a whole bunch of different storage options, and I haven't even looked at the fluid cell before, honestly, because it's kind of a newer thing to thermal. It might have been in 1.16, but I did not look into it. So there's some things that I want to look at, especially with thermal. There's so many different machines and so many different little things that thermal can do. Same thing with mechanism same thing with industrial foregoing. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm enjoying, all of the comments, all of the feedback and stuff. Please, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to know, just holler. If you guys got any feedback or, suggestions for me in the future, please, I will use them. Just note that some of these videos are backlogged, so it may seem like I'm not, doing your suggestions, but I really am. It just takes time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.